And yes, I still have these two gentlemen. Batteries are full, conversation is clear. So gents, there's a lot that's happened in the league, but I want us to start at that project. When there was a build-up and all the things were changing, eventually became the SD. I thought maybe we would have stability go cheaper. Maragara, the more things change,
Yeah, no, I mean, you already had Badela, you had Musa. Now you have a new coach, so it's 3 coaches.
New, not new.
Yeah, well,
but the new old.
Yeah, the new old. I mean, and the only thing that continues to happen is the L. They keep getting the losses, and you might look at that maybe it's early. And once you go deeper into this and to get yourself out of the situation, it can be very difficult. I think something, for me, they did not plan properly. I mean, they had the coach, and we all came here and say, well, they're doing well. They got a coach, the young coach, and whatnot. And just one match, and then things fall apart. And we are talking about a team that already had 3 coaches in the dugout.
But can I differ with Lufuno Cox?
Yeah.
And say the following things. When you hire a coach at the beginning of the season, and from a sporting director and the ownership, your mindset is that you are prepared for everything. You are not prepared to go now find a new coach. And then the coach comes with his plans on his ways and the way that he does things.
And that's how you implement.
And he's done the preseason, he's done everything, and he's now arrived at match day 1. So which means everything should be said to say there's now more routine.
And they played well. Match day 1,
they played well. And then the coach and the management had a fallout, whatever the fallout was. That destabilizes the team. You'd remember last season, even Sundowns, who still went, Coach Rulani at the beginning of not the beginning, but when the preseason started, he was the coach. Then Coach Mangoba came, and then. But for Sundowns, because as everybody says, it's always on autopilot. On Chippa side, you're not on autopilot. You need to be able to be
with the blueprint.
The blueprint. He was still trying to implement the blueprint. So those things are now putting you 10 steps back. And I think the best thing that happened for Chippa is for this international break to be, because what then it means is that the new coach, Luke Emile, the old new coach, Mara, as South Africans, we have no honor. This was a man that we were saying he must go back. Now we've kept quiet. No. Why did he not coach Chippa the last time when he was hired? So he's a changed man. I'm a rehabilitated man. So that then allows him to be able to come with his new coaching and be able to. So the start hasn't been ideal, and the loss of a coach has meant that, and it looks like it's going back, while it now nullifies all the hard work that as a club Chippa had done on their side.
Lufuno, having a broader spectrum in terms of what's happening in the league, we cannot, we're talking about Sekhukhune just now, but I really want us to delve deeper into their season and see how it is that is happening. They have potentially a player, a lot of people felt player of the season, that is in Keletso. He's continuing with the same form that he's had. They've bolstered the middle, both team, Miguel team, they're there, and they fit in like a glove.
Yeah, look, if you look at Sekhukhune as a team, you look at the experience in that team, you look at the players that are there, the maturity level. When you look at Keletso, Cox is the guy that has been at Sundowns for a while. You know how to win the trophies. He's also, besides the skills, a hardworking player. And you look at Gadoso. Gadoso was at Kaizer Chiefs. He was a captain, he was a leader, and he stayed there for a while. You look at team, Miguel, you got Linda, you got Dash, and you got Mkhize. For me, he's one of the players that we don't talk much about. The hardworking guy that he does it's a DM there. He works so hard for that team. He gives the team a lot of shape, and you'll always find him in the team the team list. So for me, I think Sekhukhune are very, very well balanced, very strong, very, very strong team. And as I said, Mube as well, he's part of the team. He's been at Sekhukhune for a while. He understands how they play. And for me, having to play all their games, home games in Polokwane, they've got a base, and it's not easy to get points in Polokwane.
And it's one of the best TEFs we have in the country.
Before we get to the TEF, we are seeing when Sekhukhune does well, people want to disrupt Sekhukhune. That ref that does not want Dash to have. We must talk about those things because now the man has covered himself. And you still say, no, what's underneath the bun? Where in the law does it say that? No, Mara, here's my thing. We are Africans. We understand what that means. You want to go to say to a player, because that messes with you psychologically. You want to say, hey, whether you as the ref do not believe in what he does and you've got different, that's your business. But now you want, that Spandler chief, it didn't just come because it was for sale at the store for $2.99. And that law, the refs must be very clear. And that on the day almost disturbs Sekhukhune because now you've got this off-the-field stuff that are, because the refs, please don't miss this good thing. There's something wonderful happening in the best pitch in the country.
All right, Maposa. And I think also maybe this is a teachable moment happy for when we look at this conversation that we're about to get into. Orlando Pirates supporters balwanele Murem, Bamupua, China Simanawe and Fanwa. We are not going to budge. They didn't even go and acknowledge the supporters. The
game that they played against Stellenbosch in Orlando after the game.
The game
the faithful of Orlando were singing Muremi. They were calling his name to acknowledge. So they've seen their mistake to say we are supporting you. And that brings Muremi into the right frame of mind, and he has rewarded them with a goal.
So Muremi was supposed to pull a caboose, take off the shirt and throw it to the fair. What's wrong? Muremi can't teach you everything, son. Come on. But look, and I think from a supporter's perspective, you need to be able to say, there's a reason you call it a support of a team. If you are now a weapon that's used against your own team, that becomes a problem.
Make it easier
because
for the opponent.
You make it easier for the opponent. Oh, no, you boo him or no, keep booing him. But what you've got to be able to do is at their weakest, at their low. You can criticize off, but when they're on the pitch, they need you to support them. You've come here to the stadium to sing and support this team. And what you're doing is now turning to being a weapon again. Because if I'm a player, I don't want to touch the ball because they're going to boo me again. So those are things that from a learner, like you said, a teachable moment. Supporters across all board, learn to support your team.
No weapon formed against Mapagapaga shall prosper. Well, that's where we leave it for now. On the other side, we're going to be carrying on the conversation here about Bafana and Hugo. Nico Mobi, Uteng, you have to stick around to find out what's the criteria used. Do stay with us.